G'day, ZiggyD here, and welcome back for some more Heroes of the Storm! In this match commentary, I'm going to be sharing with you guys some of the things I've learned about Nova so far. Nova is a ranged assassin, and she's quite a bit of fun to play. I never really played her in Technical Alpha when I played the game briefly before, but I recently picked her up when she was on free rotation, and I can kind of see why so many people like to play her now. So, the thing about Heroes is, I'm not a pro at this game, guys. I'm still learning this game quite a bit, you know, I'm basically a noob, but I'm starting to pick up some interesting things that hopefully I'll be able to share with you guys in this sort of commentary. Now, you guys are probably used to me, you know, sort of making guides on games that I am quite knowledgeable about. It's what I mostly do, but I still think there'll be some value that we can get out of things like this as well, where I share what I've learned so far, share what I'm trying to learn, and take a kind of an analytical approach to my gameplay, and you know, maybe we can learn some things together, and maybe you guys can share some things you've learned as well. So, already opening up with a little bit of a team fight here. Their Nova's just there. I'm going to try and get a snipe on their Nova, which I did. Then I'm going to back off. Their Zeratul and Nova is right there. It's a very dangerous position for me right here, so I'm going to just be backing it up here to the towers, and looks like there's quite a few of them in there. I'm going to try and get a snipe here on their Lily, which is their kind of lowest life character there, so she's the most, you know, the easiest to sort of kill off. We've got to help out our Azmodan here a little bit. Not going to be able to save him, unfortunately. Got a little bit out of position with the three of them there. So, what I'm going to be playing Nova-wise here is a very burst-oriented spec. Nova does burst fantastically. It's basically all she does, really. It's very difficult to play a sustained sort of damage style with Nova. But a burst style is something she can do very well. She can pop out from cloak and kill a hero before they basically even know you're there. So their Zagara is putting down a lot of creep tumors here, which is going to make her much more dangerous. We can pick those off with snipes, but I kind of don't want to waste those snipes on that just yet. So our Zeratul's popped in from just there as well. I have to be conscious of the fact I don't know where their Zeratul or Nova is. I can see the Zeratul. No, they're both up top side. Okay. So we're okay here. What I'll do is try and just get some damage on the creeps just here, and if we can damage this Zagara a little bit there, then we will do so. It looks like I wasn't able to do too much. I'm gonna have to pop my well just here, which is unfortunate. It's not too bad actually. The mines are just about to come up, and popping that well just before the mines come up is not a bad idea. Now for the first talent, I took increased snipe damage from cloak, by the way. So going to be trying to cloak up here. Keep in mind, as Nova, when you pop into the mines or out of the mines, you will uncloak briefly, so you are in a bit of danger there. Now, first thing I'm going to be doing is, because my creep killing potential by myself is not very high, I'm going to be joining up with my group here. I'm going to tag this one here, try and get some damage. I did unfortunately eat a bunch of Banelings, but hopefully when Muradin comes in we can finish her off. Unfortunately, Zeratul's not coming down. Here he goes. We'll be able to get this kill just here. I'm just going to get some auto attacks on here, the snipe to finish her off, and now we can help our team out with killing some of these guys. So I've got to watch out for the Hydralisk though. The Hydralisk is killing me. Okay, so here I'm going to take Gathering Power, which gives us a passive damage increase to all of our abilities, and then an increasing passive damage increase whenever we get kills. We lose that when we stay alive though, so we want to be very careful. Now I'm very low life now, so I'm only going to snipe when it's the best opportunity to do so. Like for example their Lily here, if she had kept going down, sniping her would have been a good idea. Their Zeratul is extremely low right now, so I'm going to pop this just here. I'm going to try and help our ally here, but it's a big risk for me as well, so I need to watch out. But we did stop our Zeratul from getting killed there, so that was good. But he did go down anyway, and if I can get a quick snipe here... There we go, we got the Zeratul kill, and I'm in extreme danger right now. I'm going to pop down my clone just there to try and distract them, and head back through the mines. We're in a lot of danger right now. I'm going to grab that health regen globe, and back off, and the well's coming up just in time here, so we can grab that. So far we haven't dominated the mines. The other team's going to have a little bit of free reign on the mines right now, but hopefully we can get back in there and prevent them from sort of doing so, and at least get some of the skulls here. Alright, they've cleared out the left side. We're going to be heading over to the boss. There's going to be a bit of a fight over here, so I need to be very careful as to when I pick my engagements here, and that is the real key for Nova. Now, their Stitches is quite low. I'm going to help kill him. I'm going to focus the Nova. She's the most important one to focus down there, because she's going to be dealing the majority of damage. I'm actually going to try and get in and pick off that Nova if I can. The Nova is cloaked, can't see where she is. I'm gonna finish the Lily. Oh, I missed! No! That was terrible. Oh man. Getting that Lily kill would have been a really good idea. Now, if I pop my clone just there, maybe we can bait the Nova out. Whenever there's a Nova around, whenever you're playing Nova versus Nova, it's a very good idea to lead with your clone as much as possible, because you can bait out her snipes and, you know, kind of save yourself from being insta-killed. So that was good, we got the kill there. We did not get a lot of the skulls, however, so our skull golem's going to be quite weak in this. So I'm going to prioritize defense. I have a lot of damage that I can help with. I'm going to take Hotshot's trait just here. Hotshots really synergizes quite well with the idea of making Nova extremely bursty. It slows down your attack speed by 3, so you do one attack every 3 seconds, I should say. But however, it's 330% times damage. So you do basically all of your damage, or all of your DPS is concentrated into one shot, which is absolutely fantastic for trying to like nail heroes and stuff like that. And if I had got, it does like as much damage as a lot of other heroes' abilities do. So it's great. You can actually one-shot creeps with a little bit later on as well. So I'm going to prioritize the golem here. I'm not really going to be able to do too much damage to the stitches. I think I actually missed the snipe on the golem. Wow, that is most unfortunate. Alright, that'll be the clone Nova just there. So we won't worry about firing on her. I'm going to try and get some snipes on the golem just here. Alright, we just have to try and deal as much damage as we can to force it back. Their Nova's just there. If I can get a snipe on that Nova, it won't be too bad. Might force her backwards a little bit there. Alright, I'm going to grab that well, because this well's probably going to go down just here. Grab a little bit of mana back. Slow the golem. And use our snipe to deal a little bit more damage. Am I seriously missing that snipe? Sorry, I'm just not seeing the damage coming up. If I am, that's terrible. That's disgusting. Alright, and finish the golem just there, and we'll try and force the other heroes up. If they don't retreat hard enough here, we might be able to get some kills. I'm going to slow their Nova. If we can get a Nova kill here, that'll be fantastic. There's the Nova, and there's the Nova kill. That was with my auto attack there. You can see the huge amount of damage that does just there. I definitely need to back off here though. I'm going to put my clone down, try and distract. Stitches is low. I'll take a shot at Stitches. I'm going to use my secondary snipe and auto attack to finish him. Alright, now I need to back off though, so I'm going to mount up. And I'm actually going to go back and heal now. I don't have the well available yet, and we don't want to die, because we have our 6 stacks of gathering power now, which is giving us a lot of extra damage. And I can't afford to lose that, essentially. That's actually heal. Now, I took Precision Strike. I find this to be much more useful overall than Triple Tap. Triple Tap's quite difficult to... Well, it's quite easy to block, I should say. It's quite easy for the enemies to just run in front of something. Triple Tap's only really good if you catch an enemy out in the open, whereas Precision Strike can be used from across the map to finish enemies. It does pretty good damage anyway, only slightly less damage, really, than Triple Tap. And although it's not a guaranteed hit, it's usually quite easy, and it can work quite well in... Oh! Snagged the Nova there. If I can see her again here, I'm gonna grab this tower just here, give us a little bit of vision so we can see. What this does is it shows us if anyone is kind of poking down. I can actually finish that tower just there with an auto attack. See that damage? Just means you can just pop in and do the damage when you need to. Ah, shit. I fired into Zeratul freeze time bubble. But I can get an auto attack there. You can see that does a lot of damage. I'm gonna try and finish him with a Precision Strike, and we got him. There we go. Not bad. So far doing alright here. There are... Ah, shit. I got hit by the Zagara's ult there. Try and pop a cloak there. Oh, we're gonna go down. Oh, man. Grab the well. Oh, that escape, though. Alright, so I'm gonna be a little bit squishy for a while, but I am going to very carefully pop in here, and... I'm very conscious of the fact someone just ran in. I'm going to wait for Azmodan and Zeratul to go in, and then I'm going to go in myself. That's actually weak. Oh, that Zagara is going down. There we go. Killed her with the auto attack. Again, that's the power of that triple tap there. A lot of the time you can't kite and constantly get hits in with Nova, so focusing that damage is very helpful. Now, rewind is fantastic. For the most part. However, I haven't nailed the process of getting it down. I do spend a lot of time running around in cloaks, so another good option and a kind of an easier, more beginner-friendly option than rewind is advanced cloaking. So their Stitches is there, and there's a good chance he knows we're there. Alright, we're gonna get this kill just here. Gonna just go with the auto attack, and we should hopefully be able to finish her. There we go. Nice stuff. Now we've got majority of skulls. We're gonna have an easy time with 3 of their heroes down now. With grabbing this boss. I'm going to try and help finish this Stitches off here, and then we'll have free reign over the mines. So I think we should probably... They're going to get that Stitches fine. Alright, so I'm going to head over here then. I can actually start working on some of these skulls and I'll get some of my allies over in time. Oh, it's actually just the one here, so I'll grab those 2 skulls. And then we'll go finish up the boss. So far this game's going pretty well. I'm glad. I could have given you guys a bit of a commentary here and it could have been an absolutely abysmal game, but I think I've played reasonably well so far. I've picked my engagements reasonably well and had some kind of close escapes and done some nice kills, so pretty good stuff. So, the really important thing for Nova is that she's all about picking engagements. She doesn't have any escape mobility, you know? If you're playing as Vali, you have Vault. If you get yourself into a bad situation, you can Vault out of it, and that gives you, you know, a lot of extra survivability. However, as Nova, you don't have that. You have Cloak, which is, you know, reasonably powerful. It is possible to be seen when you're cloaked. Cloak is not a complete invisibility, but it does allow you to get the jump on enemies and sometimes get away a little bit. But what it is more used for is for picking your engagements, and that is what Nova is all about. You really need to understand when you're playing Nova that if you make an incorrect engagement, like if you engage at a poor time and you're out of position, you will be instantly killed. There is their Nova right there. Missed the snipe, unfortunately. I'm going to be very much keeping an eye out for her shimmer now, her cloak, and I'll show you guys that you can see that. There she is, just there. I'm going to help my Zeratul finish her off with the slow. So pinning shot slows enemies, and once I get another ability for it, it'll actually increase the damage they take from other sources as well. So I'll sort of explain how that skill combination works. But for this matchup, for this particular match commentary, I think mostly I'm going to focus on general like play of Nova, when to engage, when to go for kills, and kind of just show you guys how I've discovered so far how she's supposed to play. And I do have to iterate, I'm not a very good Nova player yet, guys. I make a lot of poor engagements and get myself killed a lot of the time. So far, this match has been pretty solid, but generally overall, my play is pretty average. But I will, if I do make any mistakes, I'll analyze how I made that mistake and what I could do better next time. So I couldn't snipe her because she's behind the wall. I can snipe that Nova though. I'm going to try and finish. Ooh, we got the Nova kill, and that's the most important thing there. That was just the Nova cloak there. I don't need to worry about that. I might actually be able to kill the Stitches here. He's going to be very low. There's the Garas coming for me, so I'm going to try and distract with the cloak. Try and get the Lily kill. Missed, unfortunately, and I picked a bad engagement right here. That was a terrible engagement, and I'm in a lot of trouble now. Okay, I'm going to slow just there, and there's not much else I can do. So that was a really good example there of picking a poor engagement. I got greedy. I ran in the middle of a group and uncloaked in a situation where it was not good for me to do so. I mean, my team's probably going to do okay here, and a lot of them are really low. But if I had have stayed alive, I could have been here in this engagement and picked off some of these weakened enemies and helped my team a hell of a lot more than I did. So that was a big mistake just there. And in losing that life there and just in making that poor engagement and in dying, I lost all my stacks of gathering power. So for, you know, the next couple engagements, I'm going to have a lot less damage. So that's it's actually 12% less damage than what I would have. I have the 8% from the passive, but with the extra kills, I get another 12% on top of that. So that's a pretty hefty, when you're all about that burst damage, that's a pretty hefty sort of penalty to pay. So, you know, it's good. It helps you learn those lessons, though. But so far, overall, this game's been pretty well, though. Just that one poor engagement, though. But making those poor engagements as Nova and not being able to help your team for a while can be a big deal. I think running in and engaging there would also be very poor. I'm going to wait for either an enemy that's by themselves or when my team is there as well. Alright, their Nova's here. I'm going to try and pick off their Nova. There's the Nova kill. Fantastic. Picking their Nova is always the priority. Their DPS, their assassins, their squishy characters, or their healers. The list priority is probably Nova, any other assassin, and then it's not because Nova is like, you know, OP or anything. It's because Nova is very bursty and she has a lot of damage. But she's quite squishy. So if you can pick her off early, then it's going to help your team a lot more in the engagement. Their team's going to have a lot less damage. And because their Nova can kind of cloak and just sneak in and get kills, taking her out early makes the next engagement much safer for your team. So that's why she's a priority. But all assassins are a priority. And then after that, I would say like healers or supports are priorities. Your tanks should be the last thing you're shooting. Now, a word on killing creeps with hotshots, this is something I've discovered here, is that Nova can actually one-shot the archers and the wizards, but not the sword and shield dudes. So when you're trying to help clear a creep wave and push a lane forwards, you should focus on the squishier things that you can kill in one shot to make the most out of those. And these deal the more damage to your creeps, so picking those off will help you push that wave a lot more quickly. So that works quite well. You can pick up giants and stuff too. You can actually use snipes and things like that. Alright, this Zagara is by herself, so I'm actually going to be able to kill her here, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I whiffed that pretty badly though. Alright, their Nova's seen me. I'm going to pop the... I'm going to try and get behind these giants here. I'm going to body block. Oh, what? I was totally body blocking. Okay, so with that hot shots ability from the enemy Nova, the way you stop yourself from dying, because it's a guaranteed hit, right? The way you stop yourself from dying is to break line of sight with a mob, a tower, or a wall. So getting behind the siege giant would have blocked those hot shots, and it should have at least. But I think maybe the hitbox on the siege giants is slightly smaller than the model, and it went through his arm, it looked like. So I didn't get to body block them, but I was trying to do the right thing. But unfortunately, I did go down to the Nova there. And that right there, to analyze that particular misplay of why I died, and that was a misplay, that wasn't just like bad luck or something. That's a map awareness misplay, essentially. So you always need to be thinking when there's Nova on the enemy team, alright, is she alive? Yes, she's alive. Do I know where she is? Is she engaging another section of my team somewhere? Or, you know, have I seen her shimmer? Do I know where she is? If you don't, and you choose to engage, you're taking a big risk. So that's exactly what I did just there. I didn't think of where the Nova was, and I took a big risk as a result. However, our team just dominated that mine, so it's going to be extremely good for us. I'm going to help just burst this down just here. So, a word on the extra damage from Cloak here on Ambush Snipe. That's the extra damage if you fire your snipe from Cloak or 1 second afterwards. So you can actually fire a pinning shot, then snipe, and still get that damage bonus there. So that can be quite powerful. So that works that's very important later on when we get Crippling Shot, which we've got now, which causes all enemies to take, enemies pinned to take 25% more damage from enemies that are crippled there. So essentially you get 25% more damage from pinning them first, and then 20% more damage from firing from Cloak or just after Cloak. So there's actually only just 2 of us here. So we need to be a little bit careful. I can snipe this tower down though. And then I think it'd probably be a good idea to back off after that. So, a word on auto-attacking with hotshots. This is a good one. So I'm just going to try and share as many interesting things as I've learned about playing Nova so far. But I feel like this is a bit of a risky push. Yep. This is pretty bad for us right here. I'm probably going to use my ult here to help us retreat. He's used his ult. Actually, I might not need to. But I'm going to try and just kind of hang around here a little bit, keep an eye on Azmodan, see if I can help out anywhere. I can help with the Stitches here. The Stitches is going down. He healed. And we're going to be able to finish him off there with the auto attack. Alright, there's Zeratul's up. I don't know where their Nova is, so that scares me right now. We need to be careful about engaging, because just as I'm trying to kill their Nova... Oh, we can get this kill though. There we go. Just as I'm trying to kill their Nova's trying to kill us as well. I was going to try and precision strike that in Zagara if she was going to get away, but it looks like here's their Nova. Oh shit. Alright, I'm going to back off here because I don't have my cooldowns up, but I will try and pick off this Nova if I can just here. Damn, I missed. Oh my god, that's terrible. I'm going to grab the second precision strike. Bolt of the Storm's not a bad idea. It gives you mobility that you don't otherwise have as Nova, so that's a good choice. But I'm going to go for the double precision strike here. We're up currently, and it's going to help us finish the match. So that's a bit of a decision you make. You can either go for mobility to keep yourself alive a bit more, or you can go for precision strike. Alright, they're all dead. We'll try and push this lane forwards a little bit here so we can push the core. Help them finish up the tower. Oh, that's right, I was giving a word on auto-attacking. The way that auto-attacking works with Nova once you have hotshots is, as soon as your cloak appears, you can auto-attack again. So ready, cloak, auto-attack. It's a 3-second timer and cloak's on a 2-second timer, so that's pretty easy way to kind of dodge it there. Alright, I'm just going to try and... Oh, we just managed to get that Zeratul down. I'm in extreme danger right now. Going to pop that. Going to pop my precision strike now because I'm quite low. And I'm going to back up here. I'm going to pin, and I'm going to fire that, and we're going to finish off the Stitches. Very nice stuff. Alright, I'm still very low though, so I need to be very careful. I'm not going to attack the core right here. I'm going to wait. I'm going to pick off heroes that engage my team. So I'm going to be quite careful. I will just like snipe that guy there. They can grab that regen globe now, which will heal us. Hopefully one of them grabs it. I'll grab the regen globe. Well, there we go. There's the game. So guys, that was a pretty good match overall. I did make 2 pretty fatal errors there. I made a very poor engagement up the top side there where I ran into the middle of the team and decloaked. Very bad idea. Even when you're cloaked, running into the middle of the enemy team is a bad idea. That's generally a bad idea with any character, but I picked a particularly poor engagement there. And then the second one was decloaking when I didn't know where their Nova was, so taking that risk there, and I was punished for it quite badly. But overall, I think that was a pretty good match. And hopefully you guys, I don't know, kind of picked up a few of the things that I've learned so far. Still a lot more to learn, especially about where to be, when to pick those engagements, when to focus on objectives or denying objectives, when some of your team is wiped out. This is something I struggle with. When to stick around as Nova or when to retreat and do something else. There's still quite a lot of things I need to learn, and a few extra little traits and things to play around with, of course. But so far, I think I'm starting to get some of the basics of Nova down. If you guys play Nova and have learned some things as well, you're learning Nova as well, then feel free to share anything you guys have learned in the comments below. But I hope you guys enjoyed the commentary. If you guys want some more of these kind of like learning heroes sort of commentaries, you know, prior to me making some actual guides on the game, then let me know and I'll do some more, because this was a bit of fun. Anyway, that's it for now. I'm ZiggyD, and thanks for watching.